The genesis of the Jewish people is the story of the marriage between Yitzchak, Isaac, and Rivka, Rebecca. That was the first Jewish marriage. And there's so much about the Jewish people and about their success in promoting the values of Judaism that goes back to that marriage. The Torah describes the marriage as Abraham sends his servant Eliezer to find the match for his son Isaac, and he comes to the place of Abraham's birth, and Eliezer makes an unusual petition to God, and he says, God, when I will arrive and a young girl will come and I will ask her for water, and she will not only give me water, but she'll also offer to give water to my camels, then I know that that's the right person. Simple understanding is that it's a sign that she's kind. But why was there a double condition? He could have just said if a woman or girl will offer to give him water, that's a sign of kindness. Why was there a need for Rebecca, to also offer to give water to the camels? One way of understanding this is based on dissecting compassion and kindness. There are two kinds of kindness, and they're very different, fundamentally different. One form of kindness is a reactive kindness. When you see someone in pain, someone suffering, someone in deep poverty, you just can't handle that. It bothers you to no end, and you feel you have to do something to correct it. That's a wonderful thing, but that's reactive. The proactive form of kindness is that even though you don't see anyone suffering, but you know there are people suffering, you know there are needs in the community, so you don't wait until the suffering hits you in the eyes. You go out and you look for ways of helping. This is how Abraham, the first patriarch, he just circumcised himself and he's ailing, and therefore there were no guests because God made sure it would be so hot that he shouldn't be bothered by guests. And Abraham was even more bothered and more pained, and he stood outside his tent waiting for someone to come by. And God had to provide him with 3 angels disguised as people in order for him to be able to assuage his pain at not being able to help others. That's the proactive type. If Rebecca would have merely given him water, a young girl that she was, it would have been a major act of kindness. That would have been beautiful and wonderful. Reactive kindness is also a beautiful and good thing. But she went to the next level. She offered to give water to the camels as well. She saw that the camels need water. I'm going to be the one to provide for them. Whatever we are obligated to do, to be kind, reactive kindness and proactive kindness, God also does. When God sees our suffering in galut, in exile, that's a reactive kindness that God says, I have to do something to help the Jewish people. I have to do something to change the world, take away the pain and suffering. But when God created the world, there was no suffering, there was no pain, there was no world. That was proactive kindness. Ki chafetz chesed, God desires kindness fundamentally, even without a reaction to something that demands some type of kindness. Once Mashiach comes, once we experience the final redemption and all the suffering of the world has been removed, then God will once again go back to his original stance of proactive kindness. And the lesson for us in the last days of exile is that we can't just be satisfied with responding to needs. We have to go out of our way to look for Jews and others whom we could help materially and spiritually.